Hey guys, welcome to today's training. This is the insider's guide to creating amazing offers. How every business owner can create irresistible offers that get people excited to spend more money. So today I'm going to teach you actually how to create amazing irresistible offers that your clients cannot resist. We're going to reveal the strategies of why bundling is actually so attractive and profitable for you and rewarding for your clients. By the end, you'll know how to put together offers that will serve your clients' needs, as well as how to communicate the value of your offer to them so that they're very clear on it. Why are irresistible offers vital? In order for you guys to actually truly become successful in your business, you need to master the art of creating offers, because people actually don't buy products, they buy offers. And if your offer is so appealing that the value of the product that you're selling is so much higher than what they're paying, they're going to say yes. The goal of irresistible offers is to increase conversions of prospects into paying customers. So when you present your offer, it's a strategic structuring of products and services, of bundling different things together that are complementary, that help the customer achieve their end goal. And if you bundle them correctly, then the value is going to be so much higher than what the price is that it's going to be an easy yes for your customer or your prospect. And they're going to be compelled to buy now instead of later, because there's going to be aspects of that offer that are going to push them to buy it now. And we're going to jump right into what are the elements of actually an irresistible offer has. There's 9 of them total. The goal is to try to have as many as you can in each of your offers. You don't have to have all of these every single offer, because some of them doesn't make sense for every single offer. But the goal is to try to have as many of these elements in an attractive offer as possible. So let's jump right into it. The first one is emotions. And this is probably one of the most important ones here. That's probably why I would put it first. When you connect them to the feelings of having your product, because your product is actually solving a problem. And this problem is painful enough over time that they have sought a solution for that problem. And so your job is to connect to them the emotions of having this problem solved, having this pain alleviated from their life by using your product. And so you want them to connect with how it's supposed to feel, the outcome of having your product or the service in their life. And so you want to connect it so that, because people buy with emotions, and then they justify it with what you want to do is move away from talk about the features of your product, but what you want to do is talk about the outcomes of the product. What are they going to get? How are they going to feel when they use your product and when they are able to get the results they want? So what you want to get them to talk about is what is the feeling they're going to have, but also what is the impact on their life to have this problem solved. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is being super clear. You need to be clear on what the offer is. A lot of times offers are made and people are not actually clear about what you're truly offering, what they're getting. And then you're also not clear on what the outcome truly is. And if people are not clear about what they're getting and what they're going to get when they finish using your product, then they won't buy. Confused people do not buy. And so you have to be very clear on what each of these items are and what the true outcomes on each of those products are, so that they truly understand what they're getting. And so once they're clear, people are more likely to buy. But if they're very confused, then they won't understand the value of what the offer is, and they actually won't know what the promise is. And that's what's really important. Number 3, in order to minimize risk, how do you do that? Get a money back guarantee, right? The biggest objection a lot of people have is with the money that they pay for a product. But if you take the risk out of paying for this product, if they don't get the results that they want, then people are more apt to buy. So a lot of people's objection with buying things is that they don't think that they're going to get what they paid for. And so if you lead with value, ensure that they get the results no matter what, then they're actually going to be less likely to have that objection. So if you know that you have a customer that you can truly help, that your product or service can truly change their life, and you know that if they actually go through your program or your product, that they're going to get the results that they want, So if you're confident and you're leading with integrity, that you can guarantee them results or they get their money back. And if they are going to be able to get the results, then they're not going to ask for their money back, and they're going to take all the risk and all the objections or go right out the door. Okay. So that is a one way to minimize risk. And so a money back guarantee is a really good way. And obviously you can also give them the guarantee that they're going to get results no matter what. So even if, say, after the program is over, that you're going to stick with them to make sure they do get results, then that way they actually have zero objection. Another element that is very important is easy to pay. If you make it very difficult for them to give you money, then no matter how good the offer is, if they can't pay you and they make it so difficult to actually get payment to you, then they're going to object and they're not going to pay. So easy ways to do it is actually having online portals. Obviously, if you're selling a physical product in person, then making it easy using credit cards or cash. But for high ticket items, a payment plan actually can be something that is very attractive to people. And so if a lot of times, if you're selling a high ticket item, some people might not actually have the capital or the money to pay a couple $1,000s for payment right at one time, but they could potentially do that over a couple months. And so if you offer an alternative to just paying one time, then that could work for a lot of people. And that have worked for a lot of people. Number 5, time-based limit. What does that mean? Your offer or your discount ends at some point, ends soon. And so what this does is it actually creates urgency. And this is very crucial, because if there's no urgency, then they can wait and go home and think about it, and they could change their mind. They could kick the ball down the road and procrastinate some more, which is what a lot of people do in terms of wanting to make a change or making a big decision. And with time-based limits, being an offer or a promotion ending soon is often a very big incentive for people to buy. Usually when you have a promotion of some kind, more than half of your sales will probably come on the last day of the promotion, because a lot of people are spurred on by the deadline. So number 6, bonus items, adding bonus items. And so a lot of times if you're trying to sell the first main product that you have, you can throw in a couple additional products that might be related, that they could truly enjoy with your main item, that they could actually be needing once they use the original product. Then that could be a bonus item that is very attractive to them. A lot of times a bonus item could be an item that they probably would normally buy anyways on its own, but now they're getting it with the package. And so that becomes so irresistible that they're going to want it. The key to making sure that these bonus items actually are perceived with high value is that you communicate the value of the bonus items. And so on your sheets that your sales sheets that you give to them, you can definitely demonstrate how much each of the items that you're giving or including for free in your offer, and the value and monetary value that they're going to get for that item. Then they will actually understand how much it is. Because a lot of times if you just include, say, an extra course or a little bit of training and things like that, and you don't tell them what it's truly worth, then in their mind, they don't think it has any value. So they don't think that the value has gone up relative to the price. Number 7, bundling is creating packages of different products that the customer really wants together, that makes sense when they are making certain purchases. What this does is, if you know that they're going to need a couple of items together, then you create a bundle and they're incentivized to buy it, because by bundling it together and buying it together, the customer saves money. And what happens is the value, because you're not only solving one problem, but you are fully, completely solving their problem by putting all these things together that basically all complement each other and make sense. When you need that first item, you're going to naturally need the second and third items, or whatever number of items you're going to need together. I created packages when I was a wedding photographer. This made sense because when you are hiring a photographer to shoot a wedding, you're not just going to need a digital file with the CD of images, right? What you're going to need is you're going to need an album. You probably want an engagement session that goes with it. You're probably going to want some bridal images, and then some proof books, and then perhaps some other albums that go along with the bridal session or engagement session. And so what I did was I created several bundles of those items that I know that any bride would truly need to really make her photography experience. Those are the times where you know that these natural items really do go together. And so you actually put them together, and then the customer will get a discount for purchasing it all at the same time. And that is incredibly powerful. And what makes a great bundle is you actually understanding your customers' needs and anticipating what they could truly need when they are working with you. For me, I understood those fundamental principles of what a bride would need at the end of the wedding day. And so that's how I created my packages. And I knew that those are very attractive. And I created several different packages, and I'll be giving you guys an example of that near the end of this presentation. And it will make sense when you offer different level packages for different people at different price points and at different levels of needs. Bundling is very important, and it helped me create a lot more revenue in the business. Instead of selling everything a la carte, I created bundles where they kind of saved them a lot of money. So I went from an average customer spending about $2,000 to an average customer spending about $4,500. So it doubled my average ticket for each bride. So that was tremendous for my business. Number 8, scarcity. Okay, guys, when you guys have something that is of limited availability or exclusivity, the perceived value of that item goes up. In order to incentivize people to buy, let them know that there's only limited availability. If you are a coach, you can talk about how many you are only accepting an X number of clients this month, or there's only X number of openings in your programs left. Usually that creates enough urgency in people to actually take action, or they buy it because that it is exclusive and that not many other people have it. Number 9, social proof. So if you have an offer and you've used that offer for many people and people have gotten results from your product or service, and you show that and you share that with your prospects, that is a huge bonus. And if they will believe that if they see other people achieve those results, they can as well. And this is better than any kind of advertising you can do, is actually having social proof and testimonials. All right, guys, we're going to jump into examples of an irresistible offer. What you guys are seeing right now is an offer stack. Okay, I haven't taught you guys this, but an offer stack is when you add several items in a row together and you stack on the value so that they can totally see what the true value of each of the single items are. And then you disclose the price that you're selling it at so that they can see the contrast in the red of $5,488 contrasted against the $297 that they're truly paying. Okay, so in this offering, this is actually also a one-time offer, an OTO. And this is in one of my funnels where I offer this Profits Accelerator Masterclass, where it is 5 hours of training where we teach you guys about upselling, pricing strategy, product service expansion, and bundling mastery, and high ticket sales mastery. And so in those courses, we actually teach you guys actually how to make more money in your business. And so when I created this offer stack, what did I think about? I thought about what would somebody that is in the place in their business where they're looking at things like this, where they're trying to grow their business, growing their revenue, what else would they need in terms of skill set? So I thought, yes, Guides to Selling, which is our program or our training where we talk about mindset and how you can get somebody to shift their mindset so they're not viewing sales as something that is a bad word, or that is something that is to be frowned upon, or like they don't like selling to people. And so we teach them a different shifting of mindset and how to get over some of the internal blocks when it comes to sales. So what else would somebody that is taking a Profits Accelerator Masterclass really benefit from? Most of those people are probably going to be somebody that deals with high ticket sales. And so we said, let's include a sales script, which is the high ticket sales script, which is incredibly valuable, that has made us thousands and thousands of dollars. And we want to include that so they actually have that exact sales script to use. Another thing that would be of value to somebody that is growing their business is called the Client Value Maximizer. And it's a training where we teach you guys about how to figure out where the customer is at, and we got to meet them where they are at in their customer journey with us. So all of that is worth a total value of $5,488. And then we contrast with in green with saying it's only costing you $297. What makes this deal so enticing and attractive and urgent is that it's on a part of a funnel where once you leave this page, you're never going to be able to access it again. And that's why it makes it so powerful, is that it creates obviously the urgency of, hey, this is going to go away. Once you click off this page, this offer goes away. And that, and also what we did was we actually included closely related bonus items that actually go together, that make sense together. And when we do that, they are more likely to say, yes, once I figure out how to do this, yes, oh, I need that as well. And then, yes, that makes sense. That's natural, what I would need next. And then the client value maximizer, like, yes, I need that as well, because this all kind of complements each other. And those are the natural progression of somebody that is growing their business would need once they use your first product. Okay. And this is why it's so powerful. And then also, you can also make sure you demonstrate like how much they're saving. It's 95% off. So that's a huge discount from what they could be paying to what they are paying. So it is really a good value. Okay. And so that's why they would think that it is very powerful. And that's why this offer stack is so appealing. It becomes a no-brainer. It's, wow, I'm getting $5,000 worth of value, $5,488 worth of value, and I'm only getting it for $297. So that is incredibly powerful. This is a snapshot actually of the wedding packages that I used to offer in my wedding business. And each of these collections, as I call them, they actually had different things that incentivized them to want to go to the next level of the package. Okay. So what I would normally do is I would say, okay, let's start out at the base entry level package of $2,500. And so what I did was I created like a flat numbers that are easy for people to do the math in their head. So that's why I did 2,500, 3,500, 4,500, 5,500. Okay. And so what I did was I created a bare bones package that included engagement set, and then it'll include a proof book, some online galleries, and just me on the wedding day. And so that was something that is bare bones. And I know that the things that people want are in the next package, right? And so when I increase the price by $1,000, I obviously want to increase the value of the items that I'm adding from the package 4 to package 3 to be well excess of $1,000. Otherwise, they naturally jump to the next level. So what did I include? I said it includes a $500 album design credit. It goes toward their wedding album. It gets a signature guest book, which is something that everybody really loves. And then it comes with a canvas wrap from their engagement session, proof book, a high-res disc, and their wedding album website. Okay. And the value of this is the signature book is like $500. The canvas wrap is another $300 to $400. And the album design credit is another $500. And you get a second photographer in your wedding day. That natural jump is worth more than $1,500 to $2,000 to have a second photographer show up, get an album design credit, and you get a guest book, and you get a gallery wrap. So like all that together, they're going to say, wow, great. $3,500. That sounds awesome. And then I tell them, but for $4,500, you actually get the wedding album, which is something they don't get because they actually had to spend more money from the collection 3 than they would if they just go to the collection 4. They truly get the album. They get everything else prior that we got, but they do get an album. And so this is incredibly appealing to them. And they're going to, most of the time before I create these packages, I used to average about $2,500 a wedding. And then I created these collections, and then the averages went from $4,500 and then eventually went to $5,500. And so on the last top collection, which is what I really want to get them to, I create a larger album, the signature guest book, which is something that they all really wanted. And so naturally something that they're going to want to upgrade to, and they're going to get like an engagement session. They're going to get a bridal session. And so I added all the different things that they truly would need for that wedding day and put them all together in the one that includes all the stuff that they truly need into the $5,500 package. And so as you progress up in your explanation and show them what these things are including, they're going to say, yes, I need that. And I definitely need that. And I definitely need that. And so there are certain moments where I realized that most people are going to want a wedding album, but then with the collection 2, the wedding album includes it, but they don't have that signature book, which is what everybody actually wants. And so for them to naturally go to the next level is actually going to do the collection number one, which is the $5,500. And so by including or not putting it in the collection two, I'm incentivizing them to jump to collection one, and that with the extra $1,000. And so my average revenues went from $2,500 to $4,500 and eventually to $5,500 because I smartly left out certain different things that didn't make sense at that price point so that they're incentivized to jump to the next price point to get the items that they truly wanted. And doing this strategically allowed me to grow tremendously in my business because the average client went from $2,500 to almost $5,500 over a span of 6 months. And so that almost doubled or 2.5 times my revenue, which is amazing to be able to do if you just package correctly. Okay, so now for you guys to create your own offers, here are the things that you want to think about and the questions that you want to answer that will make sense for your product. What is the main product that you do offer? What is it, the number one thing that you're trying to sell the most of? And what is it that your clients really want from you first and foremost, right? That's you solving their main problem, okay? And then you ask, okay, what else would they need when they buy your main product? Just like we talked about on the Profits Accelerator program, when they take that course, they're going to need, hey, maybe I need to do some mindset work on my sales process. And then maybe I'll need to learn how to I need a script for my high ticket sales when I'm already learning how to do sales and bundling. So think about all the different items or different trainings or different products that when your customer buys the first product, they're going to need naturally, just like I did with my wedding packages, where I know that if I just shoot their wedding, they're going to want an album. They're going to want images from their engagement session. They want an engagement session and things like that. Those are the things that I know that we're going to need to put together because they're going to buy it anyways. And you'd rather not have to make them a la carte and put it together themselves, which is going to cost them more money, but you do it smartly and you do it strategically, you're going to actually earn a lot more money. Here's the thing. A lot of people may not have a lot of products right now. So is there a product you can create that could actually fulfill the need if you don't already have the product? And when you naturally go through and think about what the customer truly needs in their customer journey, and when you solve one problem, you usually create another. So what can your next product or your complementary product solve that the first product maybe didn't solve right then? And because now that they've solved one problem, they might have the next problem that is right after that. So that's how I think about when I create a complementary product. Here's another thing to think about. Are there products that you can create that can be tremendously valuable that doesn't cost you any more? What does that mean? That could be an ebook, something you create one time, and that could be evergreen. Video trainings, right? So those can be something that you create one time, you do a video training, and then you can put it on a site where you can share that with other people, or you can create PDF cheat sheets, templates of things that you've already done that are tremendously valuable that you use in your own business to stay organized, to give some frameworks that you use that could solve a problem. And so a lot of times I'm thinking about, is there things that I can create of value that I can include, but it doesn't cost me any money, so that I can up the value and the perceived value of another product. And of course, you can also sell the assets now that you've created individually as well. So here's the thing. Can you create more value in your offer by adding these digital assets to your offer, right? Because once you create it, the investment you have in it is your time originally. Yes, you can still sell those ebooks and things like that individually, but you can also add those to other items to increase the perceived value of it, because it's going to solve them. It's going to help them solve their problem and the subsequent problems that they do have once they solve the first problem. And that's how you have a good offer stack, is when you anticipate what the customer would need, and then you fulfill those customer needs. And so when they get your offer, they're going to see that they're able to solve a lot of their problems immediately because you've already anticipated what they need next. And so that is incredibly powerful. All right, guys, that is the end of that training.